Hi guys, welcome to Mother Moon Tarot. This is going to be the Gemini reading, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus for July. So first of all guys, I just want to give a massive apology to yourselves, Cancer and Aries, for the late kind of filming of these videos. Mercury retrograde has been kicking my ass, and I had a lot of delays with returning travel after a few days away. For a family wedding. So apologies, these were supposed to be out beforehand, but because I had delays, I didn't get them filmed on time when I got back, and obviously didn't get them up. So apologies on that first. But nevertheless, they are here now, and hopefully this will give you an insight into the rest of the energies for the rest of the month for you guys. So without further ado, let's get into your reading. Just quickly, there are a few things. So we are in Cancer season. Cancer season is about home, family, friends that we call our kind of family, home environments and the values that we hold there. It's also about nurturing the self. Also about kind of jigging and realigning kind of new goals or kind of goals that we've had in place. And it's also about shifting out old insecurities and perspectives on how we feel secure. So those are the energies. We also have 2 eclipses this month. Now, we had one of them on the 2nd of July, which was on the new moon in Cancer. We have another one now on the 16th or the 17th. Don't quote me on that. I think it's either one of those days. Another one on the 16th or 17th of July, and that is in Capricorn. So guys, though these eclipses, so these 2 eclipses that we're having now in the 6th month of the year, which is halfway through the year, are mirroring ones that we had at the very start of the year in January. So having 2 eclipses in a month is rare. Having 2 of them this year, 6 months after each other is rarer. Now, those energies are basically what they're doing is they're almost like it's almost like an earthquake kind of energy. So it's like it's kind of like shaking things up, shaking off things that don't serve us, realigning things that need to be put into place in order for us to then move forward into kind of new kind of energies that are going to serve us better. So the fact that we have one at the start of the year, you may have felt that is now, there may have been things that were happening for you at the start of the year, big kind of things that, you may have kind of, maybe had a new job or, started a new job, lost a relationship, lost a whatever it was for you. There could have been kind of a lot of shifts or a lot of changes in January, and now we're having a mirroring kind of effect of that. So if it was negative in January, it might be positive this time. If it was positive this time, it might not be so positive this way around. Whatever it is, there is a kind of a mirroring of energies. Okay, it could simply be that you're dealing with similar situations that you had done in January. You're dealing with them again this kind of July. So a bit of a mirroring in terms of the eclipses there. So it is a very good energy, to be honest. It's tricky to deal with because there are a lot of things that it's teaching us. There's a lot of purging going on. So it's bringing up a lot of stuff that you may have thought you dealt with already that you may have to be dealing with again or re-looking at again. There's just a lot of, basically it's bringing up old energy, purging it out, for once and for all, getting rid of it, shifting it out, and then kind of like helping us to kind of move forward with a new kind of new positive energy. Okay, so that's the energy of the eclipses. We also then have Mercury retrograde, and Mercury retrograde, as you know, is all about teaching us lessons. Okay, final lessons. So the fact that it's kind of coming up in conjunction with the eclipses is actually really good because it's almost like we're getting and with the Cancer kind of energy of the seasonal energy as well. Everything, those 3 things are kind of culminating in one big kind of like shift for everybody, whereby, like I said, it's bringing up a lot of stuff to purge, realigning the self, reshifting kind of like the way that you're thinking about things, the way that you want things to kind of go forward, purging out old stuff, and then, like I said, moving forward then in a better and more positive energy. So a culmination of 3 different kind of big factors there. Okay, so it is good energy because we get to good positive energy and it moves us forward into a better kind of situation for the future. However, it will be tricky to manage because there'll be a lot of shit that basically comes up and you're having to deal with it all over again. So with that said, I hope you have a wonderful month. But that is definitely a theme that I'm finding for all the zodiac signs this month. But it's a very positive energy at the end of the month, so it's a good thing. No pain, no gain. There you go. Anyway, without further ado, let's have a look to see what you guys can expect for July, sorry. Also with Mercury retrograde, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I trip over my words a lot. So every Mercury retrograde season seems to be like, I literally just get so tongue-tied that I stumble over my words. So apologies if I can't get my words out. All right, cool. So what does Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus need to know for July, please? What does Gemini need to know for July, please? What does Gemini need to know for July? What does Gemini need to know for July, please? Okay. What does Gemini need to know for July, please? What does Gemini need to know for July? Okay, 3 more cards. Ooh. What does Gemini need to know for July, please? What does Gemini need to know for July? Ooh. Okay, we have a flipper, and this one wants to come out. Okay, so. Okay guys, so as always, you don't have to wait for me. I like to just take a few minutes to kind of look at the cards and put together the messages that are supposed to come out for you. So you don't have to wait. Like I said, you can always skip ahead to when I actually start the main part of the reading, but just give me a few moments to tune in here. So. Okay, so guys, underlying energy this month, you have 10 of Cups, beautiful energy to be driving the rest of this month. You have Justice coming in to help put justice into place for whatever situations you've been dealing with. Ace of Cups, there's an overrunning of emotions and feelings that are going to be coming into play. And then there is the Knight of Swords. So a kind of fast-paced action of new logic and new kind of perspective coming in to help you get to this 10 of Cups energy. So overall, I really like it because there, like I said, there is so there is new logic and new perspective coming in quick, sharp, and fast to help you kind of cut through a lot of kind of bullshit and kind of get to the, you're cutting through a lot of shit kind of fast in terms of like how your logic and your thinking and your perspective on things. It's kind of, you're almost seeing the wood through the trees, if that's the right expression. You're seeing the wood through the trees, and you're kind of getting new perspective on something that is helping you to lead to kind of like heal. I feel this is the intuitive message I'm getting from this. You're kind of that's leading you to kind of heal from certain situations that maybe you kind of weren't healing from in the past, and that is kind of, you're kind of building up your cup again. You're building up that energy again. You're building up those emotions and those feelings again. It's kind of, you're filling your cup back up, okay, basically, which is a beautiful energy because you needed to do that. And there is some sort of karmic justice kind of coming in for old situations, and I feel like that's got to do with the kind of energy this month of like justice is being served for a lot of things that you kind of had to deal with or had to battle through. That is justice being served on that, and then because of that purging that you're kind of doing, and then there's a refilling up of that cup, it's leading you then to the 10 of Cups energy, which is moving then you forward into the kind of new, more positive energy that I talked about is to come after this kind of eclipse kind of season. So beautiful energy to be having in your underlying, okay? So let's get into the main spread. The first 2 cards, I'm just going to do this in 3s actually, because I think they're quite poignant in the 3s. No, I'm going to do it. Yeah, okay. No, I'm going to do the first 2. So first 2, you have the High Priestess and Death. Beautiful cards to be having at the start of this kind of eclipse kind of season and month, because you are looking to your intuition. You're finally kind of connecting in with your intuition. You're using that intuition to kind of move you forward. And you have the Death card. So there's the death of old situations, completion of cycles, okay? The end of old situations, old ways of doing things, old patterns, ways of thinking, old situations that you've been having to deal with and battle through. There's a death to all of that, okay? And that all of those things are starting to come to can't speak. See, Mercury retrograde. Sorry. So all those things are starting to come to a head, and they're kind of they're dying out. Okay. So there's you're kind of laying the path then for new things to be able to come in terms of this, like this 10 of Cups. So there's a death of the old situations. Like I said, there's a lot of purging going to be happening this month. Old things being put to rest. So you're doing a lot of that this month, and it's because you're connecting in with your intuition. And I feel like this is going to be a very powerful energy for you, because there's been a lot of stuff that you kind of maybe been brushing under the carpet for quite a while, Gemini. But not only that, you've been having to deal with a lot of stuff, and you kind of just, you've been like kind of distracting yourself from it, or like not wanting to deal with it, or like I said, sweeping it under the carpet, or maybe just things that you've maybe just forgotten about, and kind of, or like, oh, I must do that, I must get that done, or I haven't done that yet, and okay, I'll do it soon, or I'll do it again, I'll do it tomorrow, kind of thing. Whatever it is that you've been having to deal with, burdens or situations or people or whatever it is, you're connecting into your intuition now, and you're realizing kind of what it is that you need to do and how you need to kind of go about doing those things or completing those cycles. So you're doing that, you're connecting with your intuition, and you're putting into you're putting that action, that intuition into action, and you're tying off all those loose ends. You're putting an end to all those situations and those burdens, okay? And the reason I say that is because the second card that you had out here was that Wounded Warrior, what we call the Wounded Warrior card. So it's the Nine of Wands, okay? So it's all about like taking a look at all those situations that you've kind of been in, and kind of really kind of like being like, oh, okay, you can see like he's a little bit kind of apprehensive, almost looking at those wands. He's like, oh, which, I've kind of done this and I've done that, and I've kind of been through this and I've been through that, and, are they gonna, are all those things gonna crop up again, okay? So it's almost like he's apprehensive that those burdens and those issues that he's been dealing with, those situations that he's been having to kind of battle through. Like I said, he is the wounded warrior at the end of the day. He's been through all this, and, he's still standing. But he's looking at them kind of being like, okay, is that situation going to crop up again? Am I going to have to deal with this again, So he's a little bit apprehensive, okay? And the reason I say that as well is because the next card you had out with him was the Page of Swords. And you can see, so it would have been this card that came out first and then this one. So you can see as well, like this, you've got new logic, okay? The swords are all about thoughts and logic, okay? So you can see it's almost like the sword here about new thoughts, new logic, new ways of thinking is pointing towards the future. But you can see he's still looking towards the past, kind of a little bit apprehensive at this guy, where this guy is like, oh, are these kind of situations or these burdens going to all pop up again? Am I going to have to deal with these again? And yes, this month in July, with all the eclipses happening, you may have to do that. But like I said already, you don't need to worry about these things, okay? You don't need to be apprehensive. You don't need to be kind of looking over your shoulder to see these things are going to crop up again, because, you're dealing with them. You have your intuition is clicking in this month, and you're putting an end to all those old situations, okay? And that means then that you will no longer have to keep looking over your shoulder and wondering if these situations are going to crop up again, because they're being put to bed finally, this month, once and for all, okay? So it's a brilliant energy. What I love about this is that then leads, that energy then, that kind of putting all those to rest kind of things, putting all those burdens and those kind of like apprehensive kind of wondering about whether or not those will crop up again. There's a death to all of that, because you're clicking into your intuition. And the reason, because you're doing all of that, then the next card that you had out was the Star card, and the Star card is all about peace and harmony, a balancing out of, it's water, so it's a balancing out of emotions. I always say it's also the card of Aquarius, so you may be dealing with an Aquarius. Doesn't have to be, it can just be the energies that you're embracing. But yeah, the Star card is also about wish fulfillment. So there's a wish fulfillment that's coming to you this month, and that comes from clicking into your intuition here, okay, and putting to rest all those kind of old situations, those old burdens, old ways of thinking, moving into the new, knowing that those things aren't going to crop up again because you dealt with them this month, okay? There's a peace and a harmony then that comes after knowing that. Once you realize that those things aren't going to crop up again now that you've dealt with them again this month, it's like you realize then that there's a peace and harmony then that kind of settles in over you, and it's like water, it kind of just trickles in, and you kind of then just feel like a bit of like, it's almost like a release, like, okay, I've dealt with those now I can relax, because I know that I've dealt with those things once and for all, and they're not coming back into my life, okay? I'm balancing out my emotions and my feelings with that water energy, okay? I'm feeling a lot more relaxed about how I feel about this situation or this person or this whatever it is in your life. And there's a wish fulfillment that kind of comes in after that, okay? So after the peace and the harmony settles in and you balance out your emotions because you've been linked onto your intuition and put an end to all those situations that you've been dealing with, there's a peace and a harmony that comes. And then there's a, like, almost like a, yeah, just a release. And you balance out your emotions, and then a wish fulfillment, a wish that you've been, or something that you've been wanting for quite a while, or an affirmation, or something you've been trying to manifest for a long time, that wish fulfillment gets fulfilled, okay? And the reason that I say that as well is because the next card you had out was the Seven of Wands in reverse. So again, that's about, you know, you can see he's been battling these kind of 6 swords here. He's got one in his hand. He has the upper hand in terms of battling them all at the same time, but he's kind of getting tired of having to do that, okay? And you know, that card fell underneath the Wounded Warrior card, okay? So it's like you've been through all this. And the reason that I like it coming out with the Star card is because it came out in reverse. So it means you're kind of coming through that energy. There's no more of that kind of having to battle a lot of things at once kind of energy, okay? The peace and the harmony and the wish fulfillment is coming in so that you don't have to do that anymore, okay? And then, like I said, with those underlying energies, you know, like I said, there is... it's like from your intuition this month, okay, you get this kind of like fast clarity, logic, and new perspective on how to kind of move forward quickly with getting rid of all the stuff you have to purge this month, or getting rid of all those things that you've had to deal with this month, okay? You're getting rid of all of that. Like I said, this card is kind of giving you, because of your intuition, it's giving you that clarity and perspective on how to do that. Thus then, you know, filling up and balancing out, like I said, the balancing out of water, you know, emotions and feelings, you're balancing that up, you're recharging, you're refilling your cup back up again. And maybe, you know, this has a connection to do with a love situation, whether it be a friend, family member, or relationship. I feel like there might be almost a situation for some of you, a small portion of you, whereby this might be that you're allowing yourself to feel love again, or to allow yourself to love someone again, after maybe being through a lot of shit or a lot of situations that didn't serve you, with people who kind of trampled on your heart a bit. I only say that because this is to do with emotions and feelings, cups, okay? And you have the 10 of cups here. So, you know, you've got the Ace of Cups and the 10 of Cups. It could be to do with a love situation with someone. So maybe you're kind of, you know, you're allowing yourself to be vulnerable again. You're allowing yourself to open up to love again. And you're allowing yourself to feel emotions and feelings for someone again, or for someone new again. So that could be just for a small portion of you. Nevertheless, there's a balancing out of emotions. There's a filling up of your cup, that kind of feeling, okay? Yeah, there's that. And that's because there's a justice coming in to, you know, to clear out all that kind of shit. Let yourself go from all these burdens. Allow yourself to not feel like you have to be constantly looking back to see if those are going to resurface again. And there's a death of that, okay? So justice is coming in here to put an end to all of those situations that you've been having to deal with and battle through for 6 months, 6 years, you know, whatever it is, years, it could be years, it could be months, it could be weeks, you know, whatever it is you've been dealing with, that's putting an end to that. And that justice then finally leads you then to the 10 of Cups, which is a beautiful, abundant, happy, emotional. You can see there's celebrations, a whole family celebrating here. Cups is all about emotions and feelings and love. Okay, so there's an abundance of love and happiness here for you towards the end of the month, and kind of coming into the next kind of 6 months. Now this, like I said, these readings can go farther than just the end of the month. Okay, but nevertheless, the energies that are coming towards you are this 10 of Cups, and that is beautiful. Okay, I really, really love it. So a beautiful, beautiful energy for you guys. Like I said, it was going to be a tricky month. There's a lot of purging, there's a lot of shifting, a reshuffling, kind of getting rid of the old, and allowing yourself to realign and kind of move forward into the new kind of more positive energies. And that is, like I said, a theme that's kind of happening for all the zodiac signs this month, with all of those eclipses, the Mercury retrograde, the season of Cancer, all those 3 things kind of culminated into one big kind of massive kind of like shift almost. It's like kind of cracking kind of away all the old kind of skin. It's like a shedding of a skin, okay? So that is your main reading. I really hope that it resonated. I'm going to do a few oracle cards for you guys now, and I'm going to do, what do I want? Okay, I'm gonna do Moonology deck because we have the eclipses, and then I think I'm gonna do Romance Angel cards for you guys, because there is something to do with these cups energy and that star card that's, I feel, has got to do with a love situation for you guys. So I'm gonna take a Romance Angels card for you guys too. So let's have a little look. What does Gemini need to know for July, please? What does Gemini need to know for July? What does Gemini need to know for July? Okay, that was 2 cards. This one jumped out, so I'm going to take those. Or that one even, sorry. And then the Romance Angels. Okay, so what does Gemini need to know for July, please? What does Gemini need to know for July? What energies are coming for Gemini this month, please? That one wants to come out. And what can Gemini expect this July? What does Gemini need to know for July? What does Gemini need to know for July? Okay. Okay, so you had one that wanted to come out of the pack, so I picked it out because it was so prominent, and then you had 2 that jumped out as well, that came out together, kind of like that. Okay, so you couldn't even see that there's 2. Okay, so the Moonology deck, it says, be bold and make the first move. So be bold and make the first move. Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, it's this intuition. You're tapping into your intuition. You're realizing then, that's giving you you're suddenly realizing then, because this is a fast-paced card here, you can see these almost rushing. So you're clicking into your intuition, that's giving you that kind of aha kind of moment of, oh, right, okay, I know how to go about this now. Okay, so it's like being bold and going and, and making the first move, tapping into your intuition in order to then start releasing all those kind of things that you've been going through. Okay, so that's what I feel like that kind of card is kind of alluding to. So yes, very important. Be bold and make the first move this month. Click into that intuition and start to purge all those things, because that's going to drive you forward into the more positive kind of energies for the rest of the month. Okay, now Romance Angels, you got absolutely, oh my god, these cards. Okay, I'm so glad I took these ones for you guys, because these are definitely a lot to do with this kind of whole eclipse and kind of shedding of skin kind of energy. And it's definitely to do with some of these issues and burdens. Some of these issues and burdens for some of you, like I said, are definitely to do with a past relationship that maybe beat you down and trod on your heart a little bit, okay? And like I was saying with the star card, there's kind of like a balancing out of emotions. And then there's like a peace and a harmony that kind of comes over you. And then like a wish fulfillment. So there's some sort of wish fulfillment coming in to do with kind of love, or a love situation, or even just emotions and feelings, or like I said, there's a refilling up of this cup with emotions and feelings, allowing yourself to kind of maybe love again, or allowing yourself to feel vulnerable again enough to kind of open your heart to somebody new, or even just kind of, be playful with those energies. And then that leads you to the 10 of Cups, okay? So this definitely could be to do with a situation in love for you, okay? This could be a new person that comes in that really kind of like, you connect with, and suddenly like, you feel all this love and this emotion again, and it brings you and allows you to kind of feel that kind of abundance of love again. Okay, so the reason I say that is because you're purging a lot of the shit that went on for you in relationships beforehand. Okay, the reason I say that is because the first card that you had out was let go of control issues. Okay, and it said, allow this situation to unfold naturally. So yeah, go with the energies of this month, the energies of that purging kind of energy. Purge out all those old shitty situations that you've dealt with in love before. Let go of those control issues. The next one that you had then was past life relationships. Okay, so old relationships that you've been in it says you have known each other before. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, that you're having to let go of control, let go of old past relationships, okay? Because they're no longer serving you. You need to let go of that in order to be able to move forward into this new kind of abundant kind of love situation, okay? So you have to let go of that. For others of you, you're maybe meeting someone, or you may have met someone recently, that's kind of been in the background of your life currently, or you might meet somebody new this month that is someone that you've had a past life relationship with, and it says that you've known each other before, and that sparks something new off, okay? Because it's like you've known each other before, okay? There's that instant kind of connection and that kind of knowing that you've known each other before kind of situation. Okay, so that could be leading you to this kind of 10 of cups, because you know, you suddenly meet someone that you know you've known before. Okay, the next card then you had out was trust. Okay, so yeah, you need to trust this month, the purging of this month, the purging of the old shitty kind of situations and romantic situations that you've been in, letting go of that control and allowing yourself to trust this new kind of energy, or this, maybe this new relationship that's kind of coming in that is actually a past life relationship, whatever it have you, however it resonates. You need to learn, you need to trust this month that the energies are going to take you from that purging energy to a new and kind of more positive energy, kind of going forward into the rest, the end of the month, and into the new energies kind of coming forth. Okay, so yeah, it says this situation is calling for you to have faith. Click into your intuition, your higher knowing. Trust the situation, trust with the energies, go with the flow of the energies this month. Okay, beautiful energy, I love it. You've had a really, really nice reading, Gemini. And I'm Moon in Gemini, so I like it too. As always, guys, please, if it resonated, like I said, it's never going to resonate with everyone, but if it did, please let me know in the comments below. It's always nice to know your stories about how it resonates with yourselves personally. That's one of the reasons I do this channel, is because I love to, hear the stories from other people and how it resonates and how it's helped them. So please let me know. Also, please share, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, guys, yeah, I've put together a little bit of merchandise, some merch for Mother Moon. So if you're interested in checking that out, please take a little look at the link down in the description box below. And that's it, guys. I hope it resonated. Like I said, I hope you have a wonderful month. Like I said, a little bit of tricky towards the start, but you're purging things out and new positive energy coming in. So really, really wonderful, actually, when you take a look at it from that perspective. So yeah, have a lovely month, and I will see you guys all in August. All right, bye.